They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Well, now hang on here because Saquon Barkley is in some discomfort, so we're going to have a pause here for an injury.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
Here we go.
So they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Fields. And this pass caught by Gray. Room past the 35.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
And as you're game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring the running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
On first down, Fields.
Looking for Campbell downfield. And this is going to be intercepted.
Intercepted by the Seahawks. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 7-yard line.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
What do they have for this? 3rd and 11.
They run again with Walker. And now off to the races down the right side.
He's to the 20.
And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Kenneth Walker with career touchdown number 96. He joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list.
And the Seahawks take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Back to throw. Fields.
Looking for Campbell downfield.
That is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Second and 20. Here's Fields.
And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete.
Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Throwing on third down, Fields.
Looking for Campbell downfield.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked by Julian Love. And the Seahawks are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Sticking with Walker on second down.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34.
110 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
Levis to throw off play action. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete. You talk about this Giant defense.
They were quite formidable in the win over the Eagles a week ago.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about establishing themselves against the pass. You know, no-fly zones and things of that nature. This group had a bunch of them in last week's game.
On second down, it's Walker.
And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Third and 2. Here's Levis. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
Fighting through at the 25. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20. A big play that time on the catch and run. 36 yards.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today. But sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
Tackle away at the 9-yard line. First and goal, Seattle.
Here's Walker.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here.
Now Levis. And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up third down.
Now keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. Couldn't quite come up with a first quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball is thrown. We had an expression when I played. It's called break on it. Every time the quarterback puts the ball in there, break on the football. Go make a play and accumulate those interceptions.
Former defensive back. You remember those 3 interception games. It can be contagious, give you a little momentum.
They really can, and it doesn't matter whether it's one person or if you spread them across your entire defense. Everybody wants a piece of that pie.
A field goal would make it a 2-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try this thing on 4th and goal.
They'll run for it. It's Walker.
And I don't think he got in. He didn't. He's stoned at the 1-yard line. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And this Giants defense able to come up with a goal line stand. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that?
Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Patterson now for the extra point.
And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
14. Giants nothing. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. They begin with a run by Barkley. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
You talk about this Seahawk defense.
They were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal performance.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL. Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. As they've got it as we resume action. A first down carry for Barkley. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. The Giants at 2-8 now in the year. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. And I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one. And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Here we go.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Hey, Ken.
Up the middle with Barkley. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
On second down, here's Fields. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Third and 2, Fields. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here's Fields.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Reek Woolen. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, and instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him throwing the football, well, we look at the defense. They came in prepared. An excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Straight ahead, Walker. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
On third down, here's Walker.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. The Seahawks will call on Michael Dixon on fourth down to punt this one away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. 4th down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
At their own 19-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Up the middle, here's Walker.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. The offense on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
Taken from just outside the 30. Down the numbers. There he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. That punt returns 69 yards. And the Giants are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Hey, rookie. That's the way to make an impression. Return one for a touchdown.
Yeah, welcome to the party. We saw him fielding those punts before the game, and he just had a little bit of a look in his eye, didn't he?
He did. He was a confident young man, and now we know why.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And that one makes it 14-7. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
3rd and short. It's Levis. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
Sheds off the tackle. Fighting through, and he's got space. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
170 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
And Walker once more. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25.
Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
So after some runs, now they'll throw with Levis. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Now a 2nd and 10. Back to throw, it's Levis. Zay Flowers
in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Seahawks will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And it's now 21-7.
Giants 7. Michael Dixon, the kickoff.
4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away.
And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
Around 32-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead now, a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on first down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
3rd and 3. They'll try for the first with Walker.
Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll try and run for it. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
The type of game that he's having running the football, there was no doubt who they were giving the ball to.
So why didn't they just go ahead and go after him on defense? Right?
Yeah,
if you know, right? You know he's having that type of a game. Who else would you expect to get the football? I would have taken my chances and sold out defensively to stop him. And if anyone else picks it up, I tip my cap to him.
47-yard line.
Second and 10. Levis looking to throw.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Levis on 3rd down.
And that will be incomplete.
Well, it's too early to figure out what kind of adjustments this defense made at halftime, but that's a good start to the second half. They can now afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Fields now to throw.
Looking for Campbell downfield. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Giants. Paris Campbell, his 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Giants are back within a score.
That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Ken Walker with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the third most in a single year. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Running again with Barkley on second down. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. To throw is Fields. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line.
Again, it's Barkley. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case,
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Brought to the ground by the linebacker, Foye Oluokun.
pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. From the gun, here's Fields. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 27 yards there, a first down.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball, let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did it.
Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. It's the Giants with possession of the football but needing points as we start quarter number 4. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Here's 2nd and 10.
at the 33-yard line.
Easy.
Now it's Fields.
That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Giants. Paris Campbell, his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Giants have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
In motion right, that's Metcalf.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, his struggles continue. Open targets, and he keeps missing them, pressing way too much. He may have a big arm, but until he learns how to harness it and have some touch, he's going to continue to struggle.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Levis sets up to throw here. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
Quick throw there is incomplete.
Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt, and now a chance to tie the game on this possession. Now a first down throw, Fields. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense. But when you add to it that you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the fourth quarter, you got to feel pretty good as a defense.
Second and 10, Fields again. Trying to find Barkley on the out route, and he's got him.
They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Back to throw, Fields.
That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Barkley, inside handoff. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about his desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Here's Fields.
And a quick throw here to completion on the drive as the Giants have a first down.
Like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Fields trying to lay one up deep. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Reek Woolen. And the Seahawks are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Another important fourth-quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. Here's Walker to start the drive. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
And the Seahawks first down.
A give for Walker running right. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And that's the type of run that they're looking for, because they'll need to continue to rely on him to move the sticks in this tight game in order to preserve this lead.
Levis to throw it. And he's got it. Touchdown, Seahawks. Garrett Wilson, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. But no run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the 25.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Here's Fields now on 2nd down. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
And the Giants send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4. And out will come the offense as they take over. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, second down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Now a 2nd and 6. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Play action now. Levis. Rush coming, and he's taken down. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Levis to throw off play action. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And now the football's going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line. Blitz coming, and down he goes. John Franklin Myers in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Here's second down.
At the Seahawks 18-yard line.
Now Fields. Escaping the pressure right. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on second down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for it first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on third down, Fields. To Barkley on the check down. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Fields changing the play. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here we go. First and goal. Here's Fields. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Passing lanes, tough to come by with so many defensive backs on the field here late in the game. And it's not just the number of bodies, it's their quickness and their agility that makes it tough to complete a pass.
A shotgun snap, Fields. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown. But probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough. But they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least one play. And this is going to be taken in by the Seahawks. And it would appear they're on their way to victory now. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Here's Levis. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball.
And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points, but he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden.
Never leave the house without the pack. Where my at? Take an L and try to double back. We ain't doing that. Say she mad, but I know it's cap. I've been through with that. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. I ain't got it, but they hands to the ceiling. I ain't palm reading, but I got them in they feelings, yeah. Ain't vanilla ice, but I'm iced out chillin'. Was the good guy till they made me the villain. Was gonna get a room, but they gave me a villa. I got game, Sports Center. 20 bands for the dinner. 20 dips in a Sprinter. What's a two up? Never been afraid to play my cards. What's a risk to a winner? Barely hang out with these days. What's a lame to a real one? Never leave the house without the pack. Where my at? Take an L and try to double back. We ain't doing that. Say she mad, but I know it's cap. I've been through with that. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Never turn my back on my guys when they need me. Gotta give respect for my job, it ain't easy. In a good mental state, and God is the reason. This is plain Jane season. Fresh up off the plane in Japan, I ain't leaving. They say seeing is believing. Well, here's a briefcase with $1 million even. This all week, no days off. This hard work gon' pay off. I made myself a promise young. I would never work a day job, put it in the safe. Never know when I'm gon' need that. Came here with my gang, you don't know where your homies at. Gave you a